Hey guys, what's up? This is Nikki with Messages from Light, and I want to come in today and I want to talk to everybody about cutting ties because that's been a major theme for me. It's been a major theme in my readings, it's been a major theme for a lot of friends of mine. So I felt like this was kind of a topic that we needed to tackle, and we needed to talk about what it means to cut ties, why we cut ties, how we can cut ties in a positive way, and how cutting these negative ties that are no longer necessary in our lives can actually benefit us and help us and move us further along our path. So let's start off by talking about what we mean when we say cutting ties. Most of you understand what this is. It's kind of an old saying, oh, I cut ties with that person. What it means is that you stopped your involvement with that person. We have to cut ties with a lot of people in our lives over time. You know, it's a cycle, and there are people that come into your life that are only going to be there for a short amount of time. There are people that are going to be there for an extended amount of time, and then there are people that are always going to be there. And sometimes it's hard to know who's falling in what category. When we talk about cutting ties, this is something that we have to do for ourselves because the relationship has become detrimental in some way. And this doesn't necessarily mean a love interest. This doesn't have to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, spouse. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It can be family. It can be friends. It can be a work associate. It can be a relationship. It can be anyone. It can be a neighbor. It can be anyone that you feel your involvement with is having a negative effect on your life. If your involvement with them has a negative effect on you, on the way that you're viewing yourself, on the way that you're viewing the world, on the way that you're interacting with your world, then it's not a positive attachment. Everybody has a rough spell sometimes. Everybody has a hard time. I'm not talking about people who are in a negative space because they're going through a hard situation. I'm not saying cut everybody out that's having an issue. What I'm saying is the people that are in your life that are causing you a problem. So I have lost several friends recently, not because I don't care about them, not because I don't still wish to have them in my life, but because I realized the negativity of the tie that I had to them. I realized that what I was willing to do to help them was detrimental to me. I realized that our conversations didn't feed my drive and my energy and my light. It fed my negativity. It fed my fear. It fed my doubt. When there are people in your life who immediately bring up these negative emotions of fear, doubt, anger, jealousy, rage, any of these negative emotions, these are people that you really don't need in your life. And their tie to your life has gone on for too long, to where now they're having a negative effect. Unfortunately, this can even mean family. And I really, I hate to say that, but there are some times when we need to step outside of the family that we were born into, and we need to create our own family of our choosing. When you realize that a relationship or a partnership is damaging to you, you have to leave it. It's not always an easy choice. It's not meant to be. But when you leave these situations and you cut ties with these people and you say, okay, I'm not going to allow this person to affect my personal field anymore. What happens is you tell the universe, I'm not okay with this treatment. I'm not okay with this behavior. And it goes back to knowing your self-worth, which is the video that we did yesterday. Know that you're more valuable than what you're allowing someone to do, or more valuable than the way that you're being made to feel. When we cut these ties, we tell the universe, I don't want this experience any longer. I don't feel that this is helping me grow any longer. And the universe responds to that, and it gives us a new experience. It brings new people in so that we can further our growth and we can change what's coming into our field and how we're experiencing life. Cutting ties with someone does not have to be done in a negative or a hateful or hurtful way. You can very easily tell someone, I love you, but I can't do this with you anymore. I can't support you. I can't let you use my things. I can't let you talk to me the way that you are, whatever the situation may be. I can't do half of your work anymore. I can't cover for you. Whatever it may be, you have to be the one to step up and say, I love you and I care about you and I want the best for you, but I can't allow this situation to continue in my life. Now, when you do that, you allow everyone else in the situation the option to make a change to better the situation. So if I go to my friend and I say, I love you, but I can't allow you to talk negatively to me anymore. I can't allow you to say these negative things and keep me in a constant state of negativity and worry. And my friend doesn't listen to that and chooses to continue being negative, then I have to make the choice as to whether or not I'm going to continue putting up with that and being around that, or whether I'm going to step away and take some space for me so that I can get things into an alignment that I need. For me personally, I always make the choice to step away. And I say that because if you genuinely go to someone that you care for and you say, I love you, but I have this problem, and this is an issue for me in our friendship, in our partnership, in our relationship, whatever. This is an issue for me. And that person does not reciprocate and work with you to try to find a way to fix it, then your feelings are not involved in this relationship. They do not see your feelings as being important in this relationship. And you need to recognize that, and you need to do something about it. Now, please don't get the last few videos wrong. Yes, I'm very much in the last few videos talking about knowing what you're worth and knowing your own value. I'm talking about cutting your ties with people that are negative and that don't belong in your life anymore. And I've also talked about repeating cycles. But I'm talking about all of these things because on a wide scale level, this is what we're all dealing with right now. We're all cycling back into these same problems that we've been through 100 times, and we don't understand why. A lot of us are facing these things, one, because we're not valuing ourselves, and the other is because we're continuing to allow people in our lives that really don't belong there anymore. And once you cut the ties with those people, it's this huge weight lifted off of your shoulders, guys. Once you're willing to step up and say, you know, I love you, but I can't do this with you anymore. You're taking the power back for your life. You're taking the power back for your energy field. And we all have to do that occasionally. And right now, that's a huge lesson. It's a worldwide lesson, is taking back control of your life, your power, your emotional field, your energy. Because the only one that has the right to those things is you. The only one that can decide if what you're doing is right or wrong is you. The only one that has the right to push you in one direction or another is you. And if people are talking to you and putting things into your mind that create fear or doubt or negativity, they're doing more harm than they're doing good. And it's up to you to stop people from harming you. So when we talk about cutting ties, guys, that doesn't mean you never have anything to do with those people again. It may mean you guys take a break for a little while, and in a few months you come back and you revisit the situation and you see if it's improved any. If it hasn't, okay, that's fine. Move on again. It doesn't mean that you stop caring for these people. You cannot have contact with someone and still love them dearly. You cannot have contact with someone and still pray and wish for their best and their highest good. You can not have contact with someone and still be encouraging of their dreams, even if you're doing it from a spiritual standpoint. What I'm telling you is you do not have to allow negative environments in your life. You don't have to allow negative people in your life, and you don't have to allow people in your life that cause you harm. And it doesn't matter whether anyone else sees it as causing you harm. What matters is how you view it. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that we have control over, guys, is ourselves and our own internal workings. So figure out what about certain relationships is making you uneasy. Figure out what ties you need to cut, and then make those changes. Do it with love. Do it with understanding. Do it knowing that you both need to grow further. And maybe you're just not going to be able to grow together. Cut the ties that need to be cut. And understand that there's no guilt, there's no remorse, there's no negative connotation to ensuring your own well-being. There's nothing negative about making sure that you're okay. And right now, it's a huge thing, and we all need to make sure that we're okay. So know your value. Know what you're about. Know what you want in your life. And then make the changes to make it happen. And if that means that certain people have to leave your life for the time being, that's okay. Because where one steps out, another will step into their place. It's not always going to be the same. You know, the old saying is some are here for a reason, some for a season, and some for a lifetime. Maybe there was a reason, maybe it was a season. If it's a lifetime, I assure you, you guys can split up and go your separate ways and do your own thing and come back together a million times. And they're always going to be there. But you need to know that every relationship that you're having has a positive effect on you and on your life. And if it isn't, it needs to go. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys have been checking out the website. Check out Facebook. You can find the website at www.messagesfromlight.com. You can find us on Facebook at Messages from Light. The website has a lot of cool information. You can find all of my services there. Make sure that you guys are taking the time to really evaluate your relationships. And then everything that you do, make sure that you're striving to do it with love, and make sure you keep growing your inner light. Until tomorrow, I love you guys. See you next time. Bye.